give him a fight.
Hey guys, it's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing a few of those products that I hauled. If you haven't seen it, I will link it right here. Also, if you can hear footsteps, it's Harley. He literally will not leave me alone whenever I'm filming. He puts his head in my lap and it's just the cutest thing ever. But anyways, I'm gonna review a bunch of those products, and what I'm gonna do is I separated these by brand, and I really wanted to try the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover and the Paints line. This is all new stuff that they have released this year, so I thought it would be fun to test it out all for you on my face. This isn't gonna be a tutorial or anything like that, so I'm not gonna show you like all the other products that I use on my face, but these specific ones I definitely will. And I'm gonna try the Concealing and Contour Kit, the Infallible Paints Blush, these two sponges, one is for concealer and one is for contour, the Brow Stylist Pomade, the Infallible Paints Eyeliner, and the Infallible Total Cover Foundation. So we have a bunch of products to try, and yeah, if you want to see these products in action and I'm going to review them for you, I'll do many little check-ins and I'll let you know at the end of the video if I feel like you should try these products. But yeah, keep on watching this video. So I just opened these sponges, and first impression, they feel kind of hard. I'm gonna go apply some water to them and hopefully they expand a little bit and they soften. I'm really interested to see if these suckers work. So first product I'm gonna try is the Brow Stylist Frame and Set. I really love L'Oreal products when it comes to the brows. They never fail, so I'm interested to see if this is going to perform well. So let's get in there. This nicely comes with a little applicator brush. Hopefully, oh, it does. It feels dense enough, like it's gonna work great for the product. So I'm just going to brush out my brows. Let me zoom you guys closer. Got you guys in here real close. So this is what the product looks like. It's in a little pomade jar, and there is the color. It comes with the little brush with the spoolie on the end. And this says that it's up to 24-hour wear. It's supposed to be smudge resistant. It's waterproof, and it tells you how to use it. You just dip it in, dry your brow, and then comb it out. So traditional brow pomade. I was just interested to see if they claimed that it lasted a long time. So when you first put in your brush, the product comes on there nicely. It doesn't come out an overwhelming amount. I like using the cap to use basically just to get the excess product off on there. And yeah, let's get in here and see if this works well. So far the color looks good. It looks pretty dark, but my hair is dark at the moment. I kinda maybe put too much product, but let's brush it out. It brushes out well. It applies nicely. I would like a more dense brush, but if you didn't have one, this definitely can be useful. It gives you a fuller brow, that's for sure. It's defining it. I've forgotten how well pomades work. You don't have to work as hard. And I'm having to remember that it goes on there hard. So if it looks messy, disregard. I will clean it up with concealer. But so far, it's actually impressing me. It's blending out really well. The product doesn't make your eyebrow look like it's too heavy. Does that make sense? It's brushing out really well with the spoolie. I will say though, when you initially dip your brush in, if you don't want it to be a really harsh line, again, use the cap to take the excess off before you go in and fill in your brow. This has a red tint to it though. Can you guys tell? So if you don't want a red tint, don't get warm brunette. So we have our brows cleaned up. I didn't put any brow gel in it. I really wanted to test and see if it truly is a smudge-proof 24-hour type of thing, so I did not lay those hairs. And next, I am going to use the Infallible Total Cover Foundation. It looks like this. I'm almost positive this is gonna be dark for me, but I didn't want to go too light, so I picked up the shade Caramel Beige. This is a weightless full coverage foundation. It is a natural finish and it wears up to 24 hours, it says. It has a high coverage and it's an air-light texture, and it says it's a pro face and body foundation, ultra lightweight, seamless coverage, And yeah, you can use this anywhere apparently, but I am going to use it on my face obviously. And I really like the packaging of this. I really like squeezy tubes because I feel like you can use all the product. Actually, I feel like the color is great, spot on actually. I'm going to use a beauty blender on one side. Oh, and it feels moussey. I'm gonna use a beauty blender on one side and then a brush on the other. Have the beauty blender. Yeah, I feel like this is a good color. It's a little bit orangish, but I feel like we can make it work. I hope it doesn't oxidize into an orange. So it's applying wonderfully with the beauty blender. It definitely has a full coverage. I feel like if I put another layer, you wouldn't be able to see anything, but I like the coverage that it's giving me, if you can tell the difference. Right, and as always, I'm gonna try a foundation brush for the other side. Lately, I have not been using foundation brushes, like at all. I'm just so happy with the Beauty Blender. I feel like it just looks better on my skin. It works with the brush too. It's blending out nice, because you know how some foundations just do not work well with brushes. If you prefer using a brush, this actually works. This looks good. I forgot to put a primer on. Oopsies. Well, I guess it'll be a great test then. It has, I would say it has a satin finish. It's definitely not matte, but yeah, it looks like a healthy skin type of finish. That makes sense. Next, I'm gonna use the Concealing and Contour Kit. It comes with this little sponge and it's the Infallible Total Cover. Right, this is what it looks like. I got the shade at 220. And apparently this is highlighting and contour, so that's what I'm gonna use it for. Also bought this little sponge, and it's the contour blending. So you can either use this to highlight or contour. That's what they advertise it as. And I did dampen this and it expanded a little. It's very weird. It definitely feels better. Wet, of course. Just dive in here and see if this works. I'm gonna take this contour shade. I feel like it's not gonna be dark enough, but we'll make it work. I don't think it's going to be dark enough, but we can bronze with it. So if you're anywhere near my shade, the 220 is going to be too light, I feel like. Yes, because it has a pink undertone to it. We should have gotten the deep dark. This little sponge thing is working though. I don't think I would replace my current applicators though with this. So to contour, I'm gonna need something darker. This shade is gonna be way too light, so if you're anywhere near my shade, you're gonna wanna get this, the deeper palette. But since that's the wrong shade, I'm gonna take a different shade that is my color and try it with the sponge and see how that works. It definitely works. It blends it in there. You can like really get it in there. The sponge feels really good. It's soft on your skin. I just don't really know if it's practical. I feel like I would stick to the same brushes that I have. If you're one who doesn't like brushes and you like sponges, I say give this a go. But for me personally, I would never wet a sponge to specifically contour with. With that, I'm gonna try the lighter shade right here to carve out with the other side. I'm gonna carve out the contour and see if I can be precise with it. And carve out what you can. That angle does help for sure. So you can definitely carve out your cheeks. And then for concealing, I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna try that little sponge that comes with it and see what that does. Nope, I gotta use my finger. So they feel really creamy. It gave me some coverage, that's for sure. I was worried that there wasn't gonna be much pigment to them, but it's pigmented. And it's very creamy. It's not hard to blend on my eye. You know, it doesn't have that dry finish. The second layer, I'm gonna try it with this sponge. Under here. It's actually applying it very nice. It's not as bouncy as the Beauty Blender, but I do like that little corner angle. I don't hate it. I'm literally just bouncing. I don't know if you can hear it. It's like making a suction noise. I feel like it's setting it really nice. It's like really working in the product. I have several layers of concealer on though. I prefer my Beauty Blender just because it's much more bouncy. But I liked that brush. It wasn't too bad. I also want to try this little brush to set my under eyes. Translucent powder on there, and let's... Oh wow. There's not much, it doesn't absorb into the sponge at all, the powder. Do you know what I mean? Like when you use a Beauty Blender, it kind of absorbs into the sponge, which maybe isn't the best thing. That didn't work out too bad. Do you see what I mean? This is not as porous as the Beauty Blender, so it doesn't evenly distribute the dry powder. But it definitely set it. Again, I don't hate it. I feel like it's performing pretty well. We have an eyeshadow base down so far, you guys. I feel like the makeup looks really good. And I don't have a primer on, and I feel like I look full coverage, you know, what those products are. It's a total cover concealer and a total cover foundation. For my eyes, I'm gonna try the Infallible Paints liquid eyeliner. It looks like this. And this is an intense color liquid eyeliner. And it says, painting liquid eyeliner glides over eyelids effortlessly and evenly for an intense color. It's waterproof and it's easy to remove. And it just is a standard liquid liner. Ooh, and the tip is super fine, so that is going to be perfect. I brought you guys a little bit closer so we can see how this liner works. It's a really dry formula. Looks like it's gonna dry matte. That was actually very simple. It's a more dense tip. It's not flimsy, which I actually really like because I can be more precise. Actually, it has a tiny bit of sheen, but I think it's still drying. The only thing though, I feel like this would dry out so fast because it was a drier consistency when I was using it on my eye. Like right now, I feel like there's not much product coming out of it. Yeah, I feel like there's not much product coming out of it. This is totally something you're gonna have to store, you know, down like this so the product can pour. You see? I just made those 2 swipes to make my wing and it's dry. Look, it's dry, you guys. No, you're gonna have to, you see, you're gonna have to squeeze it out first on the back of your hand, get product on the sponge, which sucks. and then give it a go. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, this isn't a continuously flowing liner. You're going to have to activate it. And the way you do that is you do what I just did. You're gonna have to squeeze it out to where some product comes out, which is really unfortunate because you guys saw it really makes creating a wing easy. And I like that it doesn't dry to a shiny finish. It's a satin finish, it's not a true matte. I thought it was matte there for a second. So to be honest, I feel like this is going to be a pass for me because I don't wanna have to do that every single time. I did create a wing with it nicely, as you guys can see, but that's just, this is the first time I've opened it and tried it, and I had to do that. Wow. And look, it's not going anywhere. So if you don't mind doing that, I totally think you should get it. But if you have a black liner that you already love and use, then I don't think this is going to be a go. But maybe the longevity of this is going to blow my mind. So we'll keep testing it. All right. So I just finished my eyes. I tried out the new Kiss lashes. These lashes, but in the style Boudoir. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of them. I feel like they look weird with a winged liner, or I'm just so used to huge lashes because these aren't as big as my normal ones. I feel like these lashes would be nice with no eyeliner. What do you guys think of these? Let me know down below. Now we are moving on to blush. Have one that's more neutral and the other three are like really vibrant. So let's test this pink one out. Oh wow, look at that pigment. It is a little powdery, but that's okay. I feel like if it lasts on your face, then it's good. Yeah, you see that they're a little bit powdery. Well, that one was super powdery. This really pretty coral color. When I'm swatching them on my finger, they're pretty powdery. I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom you guys in so you can see in this more wearable, light peachy color. Oh no, these are powdery. So this is what they swatched like. This one swatched the best, and I rubbed my finger like that in them. Those are the 4 shades, but yes, that little chalky pink one, I don't know how that's gonna work. Let's try it out on our skin. I think I'm gonna try this pink one and the peach one, these 2 shades on a brush first, so definitely dust it off. And let's put it on our cheeks. So it's applying pretty good on our cheeks. It didn't feel soft or anything. It feels like a powder. I feel like that's really pink. I'm gonna do the more subtle toned one instead of that bright peachy one because we're looking pink already, and put that on top of it. Yeah, it's like a neutral toned. Can definitely see it. It shows up on my skin tone. Alright, so that's what the blush looks like. We're looking a little choppy, so let me blend that out. Alright, now that we have our face done, it's on to the lips, and I have also the L'Oreal Infallible paints. I have 3, 4, 5 of them, and I figured that why not just try them all on for you. Oh yeah, it's a lip paint, so it's glossy. Ooh, it smells like candy. I like it. But if you don't like fragrant things, I don't know if you would like that. The doe foot applicator is a little bit hard, but the color is opaque. I didn't have to put a million layers on, you know, to get the color to show up. And I can already tell you that this is going to transfer. If you kiss something, it's a lip gloss, you know what I mean? And as far as it being long lasting, again, it's a lip gloss. We know how lip glosses work. If you eat something, it's gonna come off, but it's comfortable on the lips. It's not too sticky. It's not at all a sticky formula, but yeah, this is the color. I actually like this color. It's an interesting color. So that is Taupeless. One is in Bewitching Bordeaux. This is going on there very opaque for a gloss. It's a little hard to be precise with this brush though. Not gonna lie. You're gonna have problems with feathering with this gloss. It's a little bit patchy, but I did only put 1 layer. Let me put on another one and see how that works. All right, and that's 2 layers. And up close, it is a little patchy. It's not too noticeable unless you're like up and in my mouth. But this color is really beautiful. And if you like that really glossy, deep color, I feel like you would like this. This formula is really comfortable. It's not a sticky gloss at all. I could totally wear this all day. Cool, beautiful color. This is much more pink in person. I feel like the camera is not capturing how fuchsia pink this. I feel like this would be gorgeous in the summer. This one applied evenly on my mouth. And I just feel like these are really comfortable formulas for lip gloss. And this color applied opaque as well. It just needed a little bit of the second coat for the center, but I did only dip it in once. With the other ones, the first two in particular, you had to have, you know, it was an obvious, you need a second layer, but with this purple one, you don't. I don't know where I would ever wear this color, but it's fun. Oh, it makes my teeth look yellow. I actually really like this color. It's weird, every single time I try a color on like this, I'm like, oh, I actually don't mind this color. This one is called Navy Spy, and you definitely are going to need 2 coats, but yay, that's all of them. So that is all the makeup on my face. I'm going to test this out for you. I have Alana's game to go to. I have a night full of activities, so I will let you guys know how this wears. Yes, I will see you guys soon for some updates. Okay, hey guys, welcome back. So it is about, let's see what time it is. 8:50 p.m. I have worn this foundation all day long, and I really wanted to show you what it looked like. You guys, I feel like it does not look that bad. The mirror is gonna be in my face here for a second, so I can just like really get down and dirty with you guys. So you guys saw how many layers of concealer I put on, just because one, I forgot about the sponge, so I had to put another layer on there. I think there's like 3 layers of concealer here. It doesn't look that bad. This does not crease. I mean, like there are, you can see my fine lines, but it's because I put 3 layers on there. And once I set it with my translucent powder, it's locked and stayed in there. I really liked the consistency of that concealer. I would definitely use it again. I liked the shade. The foundation has fallen apart around my nose, but I feel like that's standard if you blow your nose, wipe your nose, whatever. It did fall apart underneath my eyes a little bit, but not too bad. Sorry if you hear the dogs and stuff, life is going on in the background, everybody's home. And as far as oils, as you guys can see, I look dewy. I don't feel like I look outrageously oily or anything. The blush lasted. You can still tell that I have my blush on. The lip product claimed to be a long lasting or anything like that. It lasts like a normal lip gloss. If you eat, it's going to transfer. If you kiss something, it's going to transfer. It does what it says it does. It's a lip paint and it's shiny. And it goes on there pretty opaque, and you put like two coats of it on and it's on there. But yeah, the eyeliner looks great. It's still nice and black. It hasn't smudged at all. And my brows are still on there. I feel like they look exactly the way that they did when I first applied it. I'm actually really impressed with the brow. It didn't fade at all. And yeah, overall, I feel like I really like this foundation. It worked with my skin really well. I did only use it one day, and as you guys can see, it's you know, of course, it's starting to break down. It says that this lasts for 24 hours. I'm not too sure about that. You guys see my face now. It hasn't even been a full, how long have I been wearing this? Well, I've been wearing this foundation for about 10 hours. And it looks pretty darn good, but I don't think it would last a full 24 hours unless I fell asleep and, you know, stayed like this and woke up. Of course, my face would look the same. If you have dry skin, I'm not too sure how you would like this foundation. I feel like it would cling on to your dry patches really bad. And also, remember, I did not use a primer for this foundation when I applied it, so not too shabby. Overall, I'm actually fairly impressed with how these products performed. I will say though, underneath my eyes, you can see my wrinkles. it kind of does accentuate those fine lines in that area. But remember, I did do 3 layers, but it did increase. Once I set it with the powder, it stayed put all day. And that's why I zoomed you guys in so you can really see what it looks like. But yeah. Overall, I would say to give the foundation, the concealer, the blush lasted if you like the blush colors. I would say give it a try if you are one who likes to try new products. As you guys can see, I've had this product on my face for a full 10 hours and I don't feel my face looks bad. It wasn't uncomfortable on my skin. My face doesn't feel cakey or anything like that. If you have any questions about the products that I used that I didn't answer in this video, be sure to ask me down below. I'm sure myself or one of us will answer you and let you know what we think. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Love you. Good night.